पहनो ना, बाहर न जाना, कोरोना से हमको लड़के दिखाना.
Hi guys and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, please do subscribe to my channel and press the bell icon so that you know when I drop a new video. So I really hope all of us are staying at home and taking all the necessary precautions and staying safe from COVID-19 for two reasons. Number one, so that you don't catch the virus, and number two, you do not become a carrier of that virus and spread it forward, because it would just be terrible. So obviously when you're at home, the thing that we end up doing the most is watch a lot of stuff, right? Although it's a great time to get a lot of work done, like cleaning your room, cleaning your cupboard, or just sitting with your parents, or doing some organization thing, or catching up on old activities, old hobbies that you were interested in which you did not get time to do, like playing some instrument or reading books, or maybe learning how to cook, anything that you were interested in but you never got the time. This is a great time to catch up on that. But still, we all are lazy people. I thought, why not share with all of you some movies and some shows that are actually really good, interesting watches according to me, that are available on online platforms so that you can sit at home and stream. So one thing to remember very clearly before I proceed, I want to just clarify, is that any type of art, be it a movie, show, or anything, is a very subjective thing. So what I suggest might or might not be your cup of tea, so please keep that open mind, right? Okay, so these are not in any particular order, but these are movies or shows that I watched like in the recent times and actually quite enjoyed watching them. I've tried to keep these which are really engaging so that you don't get bored of it. The first would be You, that is available on Netflix. Now You has 2 seasons and I think 10 episodes each. You is a really nice psychological thriller, and there's a lot of mystery to it. But the thing about You is, do not just watch You and just stop there, right? Now that you've seen it, you will form an opinion about it. Now you can just go out on the internet and read the kind of things that people think about you, and in that moment you will realize the beauty of you. Because the beauty of you, sorry, yeah, because the point is, every person who watches this sees it from a very different perspective. So I was discussing the show with one of my friends, and what his perspective of the show was completely different from what I saw. And then I was reading an online review, and that person had like a completely different twist, and it was just like, what? The first season is actually really engaging. The second season is feels a little drawn out, but it still is quite interesting. And it has the ability to keep you interested enough that you finish the show. The next show is again another one that is not very underrated, but I don't know if a lot of people have seen it or not, so I'm just suggesting it out there, is Sex Education. It's such a brilliant show. It is a very high school, but at the same time it's not Riverdale high school. It's normal, it's fresh, it's fun. This too has 2 seasons, and you can watch that. Many times this happens, I watch a season 1 of something and then I forget watching the season 2. So if that's happened with you, then this is a reminder, you can watch season 2 right now. The next show that I want to talk about is Jane the Virgin. Okay, it's the story about a virgin who becomes a mother. How does she become? You gotta watch the show for that. It's a really fun show. It has 4 seasons, if I'm not wrong, 4 or 5 seasons. uh, and it's just such a beautiful show. It's very wholesome in its approach, and it has a lot of strong female characters, so brownie points for that. It's definitely a show worth watching. Plus it has Justin Baldoni, so yum. The next show is also on Netflix. I think I Netflix a lot. Yeah, the next show is again a very intelligent and interesting show, is Sense8. It's about 8 individuals who are mentally and neurotically connected with each other. So they are at 8 different points in the world, but they are connected at the same time. It's a very interesting show, and it's definitely worth trying out. Now, shifting from the English TV shows to some Hindi ones. So the first show that I would want to recommend and suggest is Zindagi Gulzar Hai. Zindagi Gulzar Hai. It is such a unconventional love story. It's a marriage story, and if you have any idea about Pakistani daily soaps, they keep the stories very fresh and real. And this is a very wholesome, very family oriented show, but it is actually a very great watch, and it's very heartfelt. Okay, one of the major USPs of this show for me has been the fact that the protagonist Kashav, she's an introvert, right? And we all know when an introvert gets involved with someone, falls in love, there are a lot of walls that are around that person. So the idea of a relationship with those walls and how those walls slowly come down, they have really showed it very organically and beautifully. It does not happen in one day. It's a very gradual progress. They have captured that very beautifully. So definitely Zindagi Gulzar Hai is a must watch. The next show that I want to suggest is another Indian show. It's a Hindi show. It's Bhagye Re Man. Again, a very unconventional show. A show about an pretty typical Indian family. So, a pretty typical Indian family. And personally, for me, it was very, very relatable. It's literally like an episode of your own life. The next that I want to recommend and talk about is known as 100 Humans, and it streams on Netflix. It's a very fun show. So basically there are 100 humans, and these three people are trying to find answers of humanity, which are basically psychological answers. Questions being like, what makes a human attractive to someone? Do we all have some kind of bias in ourselves? What do we respond better to punishment or to rewards? Such questions that might have occurred sometime in your brain, but you never thought about it. They have shown it. Next, moving on to some movies. First and foremost would be short film Devi. It's on YouTube itself, and you can check that out. Kajol stars in it, and there are 13 other women. It's just a 13-minute short film, and it's so powerful and strong. You'll have to watch it to understand what I mean. So I'm not mentioning more short films. Next, I'm gonna be talking about movies that are a good watch. Okay, so you enjoy watching them. So first and foremost would be Badla. Badla is such an engaging movie, and it has a lot of plot twists, and it keeps the mystery alive till the end. It's a beautiful movie. Stars Amitabh Bachchan, Taapsee Panno, and Amrita Singh. It is not a very long movie. I think 2.5 hours or something. But it's a very engaging movie, and like it genuinely, it gives you the satisfaction after you watch it. Now you're just like, whoa, that was a movie. So do watch Badla if you haven't yet. Do watch it. The next I want to talk about is a full entertainer. It's Good News. Good News is a full-on entertainer. Stars Akshay Kumar, Kareena Kapoor, Kiara Advani, and Diljit Dosanjh in your lead. While it does have an emotional aspect, but all in all, it's quite an entertaining movie, so you can watch it, especially with your family. The next would be Tanhaji. Tanhaji was, in my opinion, quite a family entertainer. You can just sit and watch it with your family. It was well made. Ajay Devgan was really good in the movie. Tanhaji is a really good and fun movie. You can watch it. There's a lot of heart in the movie, and they have somehow managed to merge the period drama and action together quite well. Apart from that, a special mention in Hindi movies is The Sky is Pink. It's one of the most beautiful stories I've ever seen, and it is still so underrated. But again, it's a very, very emotional movie. So I don't know if I want to suggest it right now. It's not very heavy. It's fun to watch, but at the same time, it's very emotional. So I don't really know if I should recommend it to you guys or not. That is why I've just mentioned it, but watch it at your own risk or something. I don't know. The next movie that I want to suggest is Eat, Pray, Love. It stars Julia Roberts, and it is available on Amazon Prime. I think it's also available on Netflix, not sure, but it is definitely on Amazon Prime. What I love about this movie, especially, it's a story about a woman on like the discovery of herself. But what I especially love about this movie is that, so it's not just about her journey. So when she's discovered herself, or kind of found a balance where she can live in and made peace with herself, after that the movie continues. The movie does not end there. The movie continues and shows how, what happens after that, because see, when we've isolated ourselves and stayed in this happy place and everything, that's great and fine. But what happens, because when we get back to life, things will come and affect us. So how do you deal with that? What happens there? So the movie shows that as well, which is why I genuinely really like this movie. The next movie and the last one on my list is I Feel Pretty. It's such a beautiful movie, and especially if you're someone who has like self-image issues and is maybe not very confident in the way you look, this is a great movie that reminds you that it's all about the perspective. And it's a fun movie. It does not make a lot of sense. It might feel a little dumb at the start, but if you genuinely watch it, it makes a decent watch. But if you watch it, it works as a great booster for you. Another very good movie, if you're someone who loves horror, this is quite a must watch for you. It's Us. It's not horror, but it's like a thriller, kind of a mystery, so you can watch it. It's a very nice movie. It's a very nice movie. So those were my recommendations. These are the movies and shows that I have personally seen and loved. There are a lot of things that I myself have not seen yet, so they are on my watch list. That was it for this video. I think this is a very long video now. If you liked it and if you like my content, please do leave a thumbs up. And if you have seen any of these, or if any of these make it to your watch list, please do let me know what you think about it. And also, if you've still not subscribed to my channel, please press that red button and click on the bell icon right next to it, so that you know when I drop a new video. That's all for this video. Please stay safe and stay inside, please. No need to panic, but also don't take it very lightly. Okay, just wash your hands.